It's your boy. I'm out here back again for another motherfucking banger. And today is Mukbang Wednesday. I just did a challenge. That was it really was a disturbing challenge because I didn't know how to feel about it. But today, for Mukbang Wednesday, we are going to be having chili dogs. I haven't done. I believe I've done a video of chili dogs before, but it was a quiet one. But yeah, these are my chili dogs. Y'all like them? What do y'all think? Okay. But yeah, what do y'all think of them? They look good to me. I really like Sonic's chili dogs, chili cheese dog. I feel like they make the best chili cheese dogs. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I just shout out to Sonic. I need to go to Sonic. I haven't been there in a minute. Maybe that will be next time. Maybe that's what I should have did. I'll do a chili cheese dog up big again, but it will be with Sonic. Trust me. If you ever tried their chili dogs, you a real one, and you know what I'm talking about. But that's not what we're talking about. Today, we are going to be talking about the difference between my generation and my mom's generation and older generations. That's what we're talking about. Because I did a live stream yesterday while I was waiting for my mom's to pick me up from work. I'm going to try this real quick. Okay, it's tolerable. This chili's leftover chili from the last chili dogs I have. Not the ones that last mukbang, but I had chili dogs a couple days ago again. And this is the leftover chili. It's tolerable. Um, but yeah, the difference between my generation and my mom's generation, there really is a big difference. And this is what my mom's generation fails to understand from time to time again. When it comes to like social media, like I think it's different because we got social media, and then back in their time, they didn't have social media. Like for her generation, there was certain things that you weren't really supported on. There was certain like avenues. There were certain just they were very closed in those certain ways. Like especially like now versus for my generation, we're no filter. Obviously, we have no filter. Um, Everybody is loud and proud. Everybody dresses how they want to dress. Everybody acts the way they want to act, and we are very heavy when it comes to mental health. Whereas my mom's generation, they really weren't. Like when, like if you were like back in the day, if you were to go to your parents and say, "I'm not feeling well. I'm not in a good mood, or I don't feel noticed, or I feel isolated," like just mental health wise, if you would have told them that, they would have been like, or I feel alone, or I have anxiety, or this and that. If you were to say any of those things, they would have probably looked at you like, what do you mean you're not alone? We're all right here. Like, they, you know, it wasn't, they probably look at you like you crazy, like, huh? Whereas now, you know, it's being pointed on. Everybody's like, mental health is very important. Self care is very important. Therapy, people go into therapy now, like for their mental health and all that. Like, and it doesn't even just have to be like with your mental health. Like, it could just be like how you're feeling, and you don't know how to express how you're feeling, and you go to therapy and everything. People think, we have this bad stereotype, especially in the black community, where if you go to therapy, you gonna be they think you're gonna be looked at as crazy. I'm one of those people that felt that way. Like me, I'm not really that big of a talker. I don't really talk about my feelings as much as I do now. I mean, I'm just now starting to like open up about how I feel. Whereas, like if you were to come at me last year or any years back, I don't talk. I wouldn't talk about my feelings because my mindset was it's nobody's business of how I'm feeling in here. Like there was boys and girls clubs in my high school where a lot of the guys in my class went to boys club and the girls went to girls club. I was like very few people that didn't go because I didn't feel like talking about my feelings. And that was part of the problem. Like when my that played a big part when my mom and my pop separated. That played a big part in me not talking about my feelings or anything. Whereas my brother, and I've spoken on this before, my brother, he took it way more harder than I did, and he was just his stepson. I was his son. You know, he's honestly, I'm not gonna even put it like that because even though my brother was my father's stepson, my pops was more like a father to my brother than my brother's actual dad really was. So, like, my brother looks up to my dad more than he does to his own. That speaks volume. Yeah, he took it way harder than I did. He's always been the one that just would fall on the floor, cry, have a breakdown, mental breakdown, all that shit. Whereas me, I was very closed on that shit. Like I was always to myself. I didn't talk about my feelings or emotions, and I inherit that from my pops. My pops, he's the same way, and I'm pretty sure majority of my half siblings are the same way too. We don't really talk about our feelings, and I think that's my pop's side of our family in general. We don't talk about our feelings as much. Not that we don't not that we are embarrassed. I wasn't embarrassed. It was more so I just didn't feel like talking about it kind of situation. I was never like embarrassed to talk about how I feel. I was more so just didn't feel like talking about it. Like it was like it is what it is. I'm gonna just be to myself. And that was it. So that's pretty much about mental health. Um, Another thing that's difference between my generation and my mom's generation is I feel me personally I feel like my generation is way more confident in our goals in continuing in our goals and like if we want something or we want to do something we go for it whereas my mom's generation is like they scared to make that move like my mom she got into real estate when she first thought about doing it she was scared too because she was like do I leave my job and all that because she was always my mom, my aunt, and my uncle, their whole generation, they were always conditioned by their parents, my grandparents, that you had to, when you finish up school, you had to go to college or you had to have a stable job to pay your bills. There was no social media. There was none of that shit. And even without those, if you didn't really want to do, you just got a job basically. You just got a job, and sorry, someone flipped out of my mouth. Sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Um, Even if you didn't like that job, you stayed at that job to pay your bills, especially if you have family. Whereas us, like me, I'm just not that way. I don't feel that way. Yes, I am working at a job right now, W-2 job, Sandmar, warehouse job, making $13, $15 an hour. And that comes up to me getting 300 per week, direct deposit. Money's, I don't really, job is easy, but I don't like the job. I don't like the job. The money. I mainly like the money. Basically, I like the money of it, but it's not something I've always expected to do. I've always wanted to do this, YouTube, and I'm sticking to this. I'm sticking to the mindset of, I'm gonna just work here, make money, and all that. And when I get monetized, and I start making money on here, I can go to doing this full time, even though I kind of am full time now. But I can be more. I don't have to worry about rushing videos to get in. I can be on my own time. I can be my own boss. I can be on my own schedule. That's what I've always wanted to do. Now, what's to come later on in life, like in my late 40s, on my early 40s and all that, 30s and 40s, if something else comes up, who knows? I just know this is what I want to do now. You know. But long story short, my generation's go getters, and they're go getters too in some sort of way, but they're also scared to make the move. And 9 out of 10, some do, and mostly don't make the move because they're scared. I'm not saying, quit your job the next day and go right into doing something. I do believe if you want to do something, you can succeed in that. But in order to, you also stay at your job and build up what you want to do as a side for right now, like I'm doing. And then when it's built up to where you can actually start to go full time and you are making money and everything, then you make that leap jump into this, what you really want to do. That's how I think I really feel about the situation. I would never tell y'all to just quit y'all job the next day and do what you want to do. You know, have a have a exit plan. Have an exit plan. Always have an exit plan. One thing I will say about my generation that we do lack on is the filter. Yes, we talk. Listen, I know y'all gonna get at me like you got some more nerve talking about filter because I ain't got no filter. I talk all crazy all day, every day. But the difference between me is I'm respectful with it. Like when I get around my moms and them, you see on my videos. You go on my videos right now with my family videos where I'm with my family, you will see there's a difference. Yeah, I may be a little bit loud and all that, but as far as how I talk, like I wouldn't say fuck this, fuck that, this motherfucker, this shit, nigga, all that shit, be cussing and all that. I would not do that around my moms and my grandparents. And you guys have seen I don't do that. You know, people say, "Oh, I'm gonna be me." Okay, be you, but be respectful around your elders at the same time. Like if like an older person is walking by, I wouldn't be talking about smoking weed or tits and ass and all that shit. or just talking at the side of my mouth in front of elders. That's somebody's grandma. That's somebody's grandfather or aunt and uncle or moms or pops. You know, I just feel like, yeah, you know, if an older person is walking by, the whole conversation of what you're talking about, whether it's that, like what all the list I just listed out, if you talking about like females or how they bodied and all that, or weed, or you cussing and all that, or you pissed about something, if you see an older person walking by, the whole conversation should shut the fuck down. It should shut down until they are walked away and they are away, and then you can start it back up. But do not just sit there and keep talking about it and you see the older person walking by and they gotta hear what you're talking about. That's hella disrespectful if you ask me. And I feel like we need to work on that. Because how would you feel if that was your grandparents and they walked by and they heard all that shit? I just feel like there's just a time and place for that shit. Like teachers, school, another place we lacked on. Like honestly, in my early when I was a kid, this is talking like middle school, elementary school. Around that time, those times, if we were talking about something that was not appropriate and we saw a teacher walking by, we shut the whole conversation down. I'm talking around late, I'm talking around the years of 2010 to 2015 or 16. I'm talking about around those years. Because obviously on my early 2000s, I was a kid. I didn't know half the shit I know now. But I'm talking like early 2010 to late 2016, 15. Around those years, that was how it was. But when it came to 2017 to now, something just switched up. Because you would not say half the stuff we say now in front of a teacher. We wouldn't. The whole conversation was shut down. I need to really finish this. I'm going to go ahead and finish this real quick. Mm. Mm. The whole conversation was shut down. Period. There was no talking. There was no none of that. You waited until they left and then start the conversation back up. But when I got into high school, I don't know if it was always like this. It probably was always like this in high school when it comes to high school. I think it was like in elementary school, middle school, students, we were scared to say half the stuff we'd be saying now. We'd be scared to say stuff. Like, I don't know about y'all, but my friends, I was scared to say half the stuff around my teacher. I was scared to get in trouble. I didn't want my mom to get off of work and get a call saying I was being bad because if she ever got a, because my brother will tell you, if my mom has to take off of work because you acting out and you showing your ass at school, you gonna get fucked up when you get home. On God, you gonna get fucked up. My brother, trust me, my brother has multiple times because he was the main one that was showing his ass at school and he got fucked up when he got home. Like especially when we were on hard times, when my mom actually needed to be at work, bring some money in the house because it was hard when we first moved out here, and you're gonna show your ass, and now I got to get off of work, and that's less on my pay because I have to get off of work to see what's going on with you. You know, We just didn't do it. We were scared to get in trouble. I'm not saying all, all kids do it now. There are some, I believe, that are out there that do have filter and do know that there is a time and a place to speak on something. Whereas there's a lot that don't and will say whatever they want to say and they don't care if the teacher heard or not. And that's where we get the bad rep at for our generation. That's where we get a bad rep at. Is that because majority of people do it, they think all of us do it. And it's not true. But I will also say for my mom's generation, one thing they do need to work on, especially if they got kids, is be more supportive. Think positive. Like when it comes to your kids' aspiration and dreams, be supportive. There are some that are supportive or way too supportive because they ain't never done it. But there are those like minds that aren't really that supportive. They like, what? Huh? Or you shouldn't be doing this, or you da 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 da. Shit, when I told him about YouTube, my mom was like, I don't think you should be doing that because she was mainly focusing on the simple fact that um I tried it, it don't work, and this and that. When there's a lot of people that are me on YouTube, and I was like haters basically, and I was like, well, there's haters on and off YouTube. I mean, if you really think about it, there's haters on and off YouTube. Like, rather you're on YouTube, you're gonna get hater like keyboard warriors. Whereas in the real world, off camera, offline, there's haters. I have haters offline. I mean, that don't bother me. I mean, I haven't come across a troll yet. So far on me being on YouTube, but I know I will. And I know how to deal with it. Just ignore it, or if they get way too out of line, just block their asses. Fuck them. They don't know who you are, and you can't let trolls tell you who you are and tell you your self worth because they don't even know who the fuck you are. They only know who you are on YouTube. They don't. They don't know that I have a life off of YouTube. And at the end of the day, I know who I am as a person. I know who I'm not. You know. But then again, there's people like me on YouTube that are not strong as me, and they feel like if somebody says something mean to them, the whole world comes to an end, and they can't take it. And unfortunately, it, they do something to themselves, and that's what sucks. And I think that's what she heard and she's worried about. And it's like, trust me, you ain't never gotta worry about me doing something over YouTube. Trust me. On God, trust me, I don't want. You don't know. I know. I know. Or now, I'm trying to get a house. I don't got any support from my family on this. I got no support. Which is cool because I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna do what I wanna do with or without support. I'm not the type of person that needs my folks' approval on what to do and what to be. Because my parents ain't gonna be here forever. And why should I spend my whole life doing what you want me to do and be who you want me to be? Shit, I looked up in my late 50s, 60s, and life had passed me by and I ain't got nothing to show for it because I was doing stuff that everybody else wanted me to do and I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. No. That's what I'm trying to tell my friends. Because my friends, they want to move, but they're worried about what their parents are saying. It's like, I told them, regardless of what happens, you can't. Yes, your parents can have your parents. Let them have an opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Don't, I'm not saying you gotta cuss them out, be disrespectful, but at the end of the day, whatever happens, happens. And at the end of the day, you have a say on where you want to live. You are past 18 years old. You're an adult. You're legally an adult. You do not have to stay at your parents' house. There's if you if you say you're gonna move out, that's what it's gonna be. But don't change your mind or feel scared to because of what your parents say, because then you're letting them hold you back. But I told them at the end of the day, it's up to you. You're grown. I can't I can't speak for you. I can't make you do something you don't want to do. It's up to you. How you want to live your life is up to you, and how you want to live it is up to you. If you want to live your life the way you want to live it, do that. But if you want to live the life that other people want you to live, then that's on you too. You know, choices. But all I know is your boy gonna live the life how he wants to live it. And yeah. But yeah, that's a big thing that my mom's generation parents really need to work on is support on certain things. That's a big one. But I think those are the main lines for the difference. I think as far as relationship, I don't feel like the relationship has changed as much. Well, then again, I can't speak for them because I wasn't a '90s baby or none of that, so I wouldn't know. But I can only speak on my generation. Like, especially when it comes to cheating, they say guys. This is my opinion. They say guys are the worst cheaters. Yeah, they're bad cheaters, but no, they're sloppy ones. I don't want to even say they're bad cheaters. I want to say we're as us as guys, we're sloppy. Whereas the women, when they cheat, they're very, very sneaky about it. Very sneaky about it and very conniving about it. And then if you find out that your woman's been cheating on you, they either gonna be, oh, I'm sorry, or this and that, or I'm sorry because I got caught, this and that, or they're gonna have women or you're gonna have those that are gonna be like, okay, yeah, I cheated, and what you gonna do about it? Like they're gonna be like, yeah, I cheated, so you found out, it is what it is, because they know that you can't put your hands on them because they can put their hands on us when we cheat. But if we put our hands on our women's like that, we going to jail. We are just going to jail. So yeah, that's why I say women. I feel like women that cheat, they just have a way about them. Like women, like cheaters and all that. Y'all know what y'all doing. Like y'all trifling about the shit too. Like you trifling about it. And one thing I will say is, real trifling ones is when women cheat on their mans with their best friend or their brothers, or if they want to get dirty with it, their fathers and shit like that. That's real trifling. Like there's nothing more disrespectful than fucking in your in your friend group or your family. That's nothing more trifling than that. Like, it's just crazy. But I can't really think of like the difference between relationships of my generations and how they deal with relationships, and my mom's how they deal with relationships in her generation. I can't really think of it, but I only spoke on mine. You know, but as far as the cheating, I don't feel like cheating has really changed. There's always been cheaters out there, and all that. But yeah. But I think that's pretty much gonna wrap it up because I can't really think of much. I thought I should have. I knew I should have searched something for like the difference. I think I'll do a part two of the difference between my generation and my parents' generation. And I might next time I might do it with my friends to try to get their take on it as well. But this is just my take on it. This is how I feel about situations. Y'all comment down below and tell me like what differences that you think is different between our generation and our parents' generation. Discuss in the comments. I really want to hear. Like seriously, comment down fucking below so that I can hear. I want to know what y'all thinking. I mean, we here. Come on, y'all. I mean, I don't get a lot of comments. If I do, it's like a here and there video. But really, I want y'all to start commenting down below on my videos because I really like to hear how you guys feel. Come on, y'all. Come on, Loud Game. Let's work on that shit. But I'm gonna get off of here. I finished up eating. What I'm gonna need y'all to do is I'm gonna need y'all to like, I'm gonna need y'all to comment, and I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe. Hit that bell for notification for all the motherfucking bangers. And I shall see you in the next video. Deuces, nigga. And have a blessed day.